Hello, my lovely Cancerian intuitives. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie is in the other room at the moment with another family member, but I am here with your May monthly reading. So today we're going to pull your overall energy. We're going to also do the Celtic cross spread that I love to do for the monthly predictions. And we're going to close it off with a special message for the Cancerian collective. Be sure to stick around to the end where I will give a lot more information about how you can connect in the creators community. I thank you for being here. If you're new, make yourself at home and welcome. I'm very excited to do this reading, keeping in mind, of course, that these are general. Not everything will resonate with everyone, and as with predictions, we're looking into potentials. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, let's get your overall energy, Cancer, from the Starry Beginnings Oracle for the month of May. And before I show you, I do want to wish all of our Taurus crew a very happy birthday. Okay, Cancer, your overall energy is number 33. We got some magic numbers there. You are healing your heart. The heart hurts, but it will mend in time. The heart hurts, but it will mend in time. And we've got some soft pinks and purples going on in this card. It does feel like a card of maybe pausing and giving a little attention to the emotions and to the heart. But let's see how May will unfold for you based on these energies I'm seeing. We're going to say, okay, Cancer's in the midst of healing something. I'm getting the sense that you're doing it pretty privately, pretty on your own, which with your energies being what they are and you being very intuitive, I think that's okay. I don't necessarily think that you're in a position where you need to be revealing this healing, this part of your healing, to a whole bunch of people. For it to be more private is okay at this time. So if you're having a hard time with that or beating yourself up about it, just let it be what it is. So in your current energy, you have the Five of Wands. Something is very challenging right now. This healing process that you're going through maybe has you pulled in a lot of different directions. It's looking like you're going to get to where you're going with it, but you definitely want to clear this out. Fire is very transformative, and with this being Wands energy, the reach being toward the fire, I really think you're going to find your way here, but I think at times it feels like you get a little pulled off the path that you'd like to take to get there. Now, your energy is being challenged by the Ace of Cups. This is a self-care card. You may be having trouble giving yourself the grace and the understanding and the compassion that you so readily give everyone else. In this case where you may be healing something and you're being pulled into these challenging edges of yourself and you're doing it very privately, I think it's even more important that you incorporate some really healthy self-care for yourself. We're going to get clarifiers on all this, so maybe we'll get a little bit more specific direction on how to take that self-care. I think right now, maybe there's a challenge with time. You're having trouble building that into your schedule or distractions of some kind. In your needed focus, you get the Seven of Pentacles. This is much to do with nurturing something important to you. And honestly, I think while you're doing kind of this private emotional healing, this feels more like something in the practical world. Some of you could literally be growing a garden or growing your own food. Others of you, it might be nurturing the patterns of healthy living that you are needing to focus on to kind of keep your homeostasis, to keep your body in balance. Some of you may be dealing with pH issues or, you know, that kind of like acid reflux, something like that. I'm getting that maybe for a certain population of you that may be struggling with that. And yeah, you're really being asked to maybe spend that more time inside with yourself, nurturing your own self. And that would have to do with that challenge that you have there with self-care. So we're going to have to get some clarifiers on how you might be able to go about this. In the past position, you have the Three of Cups. You may have left a group or left behind certain friendships. This could also be just the energy of reminiscing, however. Excuse me, I'm getting a lot coming up as I tune into the past, and I know as Cancerian, I'm a Cancerian Sun and Saturn, I know we can get a little hooked by the past at times, but look at the colors with the healing card. The colors of this Three of Cups are matching that healing card, so I think there's been a group you've left, a friendship that you're moving on from, and even if it's not happening in real time, this could be something that you let go of in the past and you're just revisiting to heal up some of the emotional energies, or for some of you even, I get like a PTSD kind of feeling. Maybe some of you were in what I would call narcissistic friendships, or friendships where there was a lot of competition and one-upmanship instead of it being a healthy and balanced connection. There may have been some codependency, but it's coming through more from the lens of friendship and who you surround yourself with, which may be why you're being more private at this time to kind of heal these energies. In the future position, you have the Two of Pentacles. I think there's going to be some dynamic decision making going on for you this month of May, whether it has to do with these emotional energies coming back around, or perhaps a new opportunity for you. I don't think it's going to come without challenge. I think it's going to challenge you on a very foundational level. So this is the kind of energy I would say, be prepared for this, but also know that you're strong enough. And when we look at this, she has a satchel with a pentacle, and then in the sky, there is a planet with a ring. We're going to call that Saturn, which represents the other pentacle. And Saturn can kind of be that drill sergeant. I do feel for some of you, some of the emotional energies you're dealing with are coming up to be resolved along with a physical health issue. And so the emotional healing that you're doing is kind of the indicators of what has caused imbalance in your physical body. There seems to be a connection there, and I think you have some important decisions to make about how you want to proceed. In your place of embodied empowerment, I do like that I'm seeing the Seven of Wands. When I look at this card and this character, I really feel that this is you setting boundaries. This is you having that private transformation, maybe not letting just anyone know about it. Only the closest, most trusted people to you may know that you're going through something. And I also believe that you're asking for your boundaries to be respected here. And you're doing that very rightfully so. I think it's so important for you to have these boundaries in place, and I feel like telling you it's okay for you to be a little bit more private with this right now. If you get stuck at some point, you may want to reach out for mentorship, counseling, coaching of some kind. But honestly, whoever I'm reading for here, I really feel like you already know what to do and you're doing it. And I wouldn't just say that unless I'm actually feeling it in your greater being, in your energy. Maybe it is me being a Cancer as well and recognizing this energy between someone who lives in unhealthy patterns, Cancerian patterns, which I have at different times in my life, and someone who's in healthier patterns. I think you're in healthier patterns here, and that's why I say it's okay for you to be a little closer to the vest with this. However, I also think that there are some things that need to be cleared out. So it is still a serious matter, and it may be impacting your physical body in some way. In your support and ally, you have the Page of Wands. Look at this carefree, freedom kind of energy, this flow, this dance. For some of you, this is an ancestor who has passed over, a spirit guide who has this kind of energy and values the ability to transform through motion. This is very much about like motion and energy and motion. Maybe some of you need to move your body more. Begin to work on flexibility and getting blood flow back into your joints. For some of you, I feel there could be, what I want to call it, like staticky energy in the myofascia, in the fascia of your body. You know, Cancerians are so sensitive, and you're definitely showing me sensitivity here with this next card. So it would make sense that some of the tissues of your body need some attention. You've got the moon in your environment. This is your card, Cancer. This is our card. And this represents our intuition. This represents our ability to go into the depths of the emotional energies and really have a clear understanding of what's going on. I think the challenge for you is going to be to eclipse this energy. There's an eclipsing that is going on. Maybe the ending of this friendship or the clearing out of that kind of energy. Some of you may have really worked on eliminating that energy in your life previously, but somebody in maybe the workplace or somebody that you've stumbled upon has kind of re-triggered this. But I think it's a good thing, because I think there's energies in your body that need to be released. In your hopes and fears, you have the Nine of Wands. This is you being your cautious Cancerian self. You're watching your flanks here. You're making sure that that past doesn't creep up to get you. You're aware of maybe ancestral patterns. Some of you have that on your shoulders. You're trying to break through that. But, you know, with this support and ally, this ancestor, I feel like you've got a pretty good leg up on it here. But you're hoping that things resolve. You really are hoping that things resolve and that it doesn't come to, I want to say come to blows. I don't know that you'll get in a physical altercation, but you definitely don't want to come to emotional blows with this. Right now, it kind of feels like your energy is kind of teetering on that, okay? Now, in your potential outcome, you have the Five of Cups. Normally, I would look at this in the potential energies and I would think, ooh, that's rough. You know, that's rough for somebody to have the Five of Cups. But with the maturity and the healthy Cancerian energies that I'm picking up on, this Five of Cups says to me, and looking at what she's doing, that you'll be successful letting this go. This is shamanic energy that I'm seeing in this card. She's working with the earth and the portals of the earth to release some emotional energies, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. She's literally tipping a cup, a bowl of emotions into the earth, and the earth is transforming that into beautiful orb of light. Okay, now I know you're hearing some sounds outside. They are working on the sewers, and if I can here in a minute, I may close the windows here because they like to bang around out there and grind into the things and do all the things that are loud. But right now they're just kind of tooling around, so it happens. Real life here, real life recording. All right, and I gotta have the windows open because it's a little humid, a little sticky today here where I am. Let's get some clarifiers here, Cancer. I'm with you. I'm with you here. I feel this energy. Some of you have really done a nice job of maturing yourself over the years, so I want to acknowledge that. As a Cancerian, I understand. I just turned one reverse. I had the deck upside down, but that happens for a reason, so we're going to roll with that. Yeah. Cancer, I feel like you're having trouble trusting yourself to get through this challenging time. You got the King of Swords in reverse. There's a reason I picked the deck up upside down. And so we've got the King of Swords in reverse and the Five of Pentacles. Maybe this is you. On the easier side of things for some of you, this is you getting used to not having the same people in your life. And you're overcoming an energy of that one-upmanship, that competition of feeling less than, of feeling outcast. I know in my life, especially in my early 20s, I had a lot of experiences from high school to college and on where I really had to figure myself out. I really had to begin to deal with matters in my environment where I was different and there were people that didn't like me, and I had to kind of outgrow my naivety about that. And I think some of you may be doing a revisit on this. So if you're in your later years, I do feel a healthier energy with you. You've done a level of healing. Very good work. But this may be something you're revisiting for the month of May. Maybe May is a trigger month, or somebody that you dealt with has a birthday in May, perhaps even a Taurus that you've dealt with, all right? Or some Taurus energies in your chart as well. I want to say that even though I don't see the card and my nose is itching. This is challenging for you because I think on the one hand, you're like, oh, do I have to like resolve all that again? But the answer is, this is a good sign because you have leveled your life up in a way where this level that you're going to, you have to clear out any remnants of that negative competition, the one-upmanship, the catty behavior of other women, or the competitive behavior of other men. However, you need to frame it for your particular situation, but that is what I get there. And it's an energy of feeling less than, feeling ostracized, feeling left out, maybe feeling like you can't be yourself, and how to figure out how to be yourself no matter what other people are thinking, and no matter if friendships are outgrown or they fail, or not everybody wants to be your friend, right? We got to remember here, Cancer, I'm going to stop shuffling for just a minute because I think this is a really important point that Cancer cannot be reminded of enough. When you get into relationships, even proximity with people, energetic proximity, you have the kind of makeup that you already intuitively feel and know and understand what is going on with the people that you're in the environment with. And a lot of people just very naturally are uncomfortable with that energy because it makes them feel vulnerable. They may not have the wherewithal or the intelligence to understand what's happening, but sometimes they can feel it. You don't have to say anything. They don't have to say anything themselves. They just know that you know. It's an energy of being known, of knowing the truth about the situation, even if it's not what's presented on the surface. So to love a Cancer, to be in relationship with a Cancerian, male or female, is to be seen and known and be vulnerable. And if there's people in your life who don't want that, or it scared them because of their own insecurities, then that's okay. That's okay. You cannot stop being who you are. You can't change this about yourself. You shouldn't change this about yourself. You don't need to excuse your, self or make excuses for them. You just need to be you. And this is the challenge that you're working on overcoming. I think a lot of you are doing it as kind of a graduate course here. This isn't your first rodeo dealing with this energy, but sometimes even the masters need to revisit the basics and be reminded of certain things, and that was really coming up. Let's look at this Ace of Cups in your challenge position here. Yeah, these two cards want to come out. Whew. Yeah, it's challenging because of the way that your heart understands people. It is challenging for you to walk away. You give people a lot of chances, and you will give them chances until this tower falls, right? At this point, though, with the challenges and where you're at, and it's important for your physical health and your emotional well-being to distance yourself from this. I know this is challenging you because you do have that kind of heart. There is a part of you that always understands why the other person is doing what they're doing. You already know why they are behaving the way they're behaving. It scares the crap out of them, right? But you can't help who you are. Sometimes people just aren't ready for you. But I can tell you, when they are, you will have some of the most beautiful relationships that you can possibly imagine. When somebody is willing to understand you on this level, understand what your heart has to offer, it will be so rewarding. Now, remember, I also got the energy of this has to do with you taking care of yourself. There is something to do with self-care that you're struggling with. With the Tower and the Eight of Cups here, there is a habit, a pattern, or a person that you need to let go. This is about letting go. Cancer, this is about letting go. It's about walking away. I know it's challenging for you, especially if there's been some sort of commitment or a strong history with someone. For others of you, you've done the walking away, but there is now something tied into your physical well-being that has held on to. This is like a post-traumatic stress kind of thing where it's held on to. And I do feel like it's in the subtle tissues of your body. So keep that in mind. You have to prioritize your health. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting that feedback. I'll admit, this is hitting for me too. This is hitting for me too. And every reader who reads their own sign knows you get done with the reading and you're like, oh, I needed to hear that too. And I have a lot of gratitude for you all who are watching, because your willingness to allow me to read your energies also helps me. And in that way, we all can benefit and be elevated together. But I feel the energies here, and I feel supported as I'm doing the reading, because there's a recognition, a Cancerian to Cancerian recognition here. For the Seven of Pentacles of what you need to nurture, you get the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. There is something that you are very specifically gifted with that, and maybe it is home life, maybe it is that happy home, your ability to create the safety and that beautiful container, that shell where you can encapsulate the people you love in that shell. And there's something also to do with how you specifically do that and the work related to that. Some of you may be nurturing some sort of long-term business or program or project that has to do with this. It's very uniquely you, and it definitely wants more of your attention. I think it's connected into the self-care energy, because you doing, yep, we're clearing it out, Cancer. We're clearing it out as we go. You doing the work that you love with your natural capacities, putting your own unique signature on it. And my face, if I put it in front of my face, it works. So you're putting your own unique signature on something here, and it's helping you through this process. I think this is part of your leveling up. I think you're doing something important. You may be shifting gears in life. And when we shift gears in life, change jobs, change professions, become an entrepreneur, change relationships, you know, this is the time where some amazing things can be birthed from the processing of the pain and the transformation. Let's look at this Three of Cups. Yep, in your past position here. I cannot underscore enough how much of this energy is being released and would like to be released. For the Three of Cups in the past position, you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. To me, this feels like a youthful, younger childhood energy, maybe an energy of the home and family. Some of you could be dealing with family members, and the way that things were structured before may not have been the most harmonious situation for you. Maybe, for example, the big house was there, the money was there, but the happiness and the joy was not there. It's taken me back to childhood for some of you. For some of you, this could be a childhood friend or person. And just even not being in contact with them even, but just having them cross your Facebook feed or pop into your mind is bringing up and helping you release these energies. Well, I very much relate to these energies, because when we reminisce or we remember someone or something from our childhood, we may not have exact memories. Some of us do, but we may not have exact. It's more of a feeling. It's more of a knowing of maybe how that friendship was. Like, for example, I'm remembering an incident in the playground in elementary school where I was friends with these two girls, but I was always like the odd one out. So if they wanted to play tag, for example, they're like, you're it, you know, and they would kind of pair up and make me it, to the point where they pissed me off bad enough that I stopped playing with them. It's that kind of energy. You may have a different story than that, but that's what's wanting to be released here. Now, in the future position where you have this challenge with this Two of Pentacles, an important decision, a lot of clearing going on for you. I cannot underscore that enough. May is going to be a good month to clear. You got the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, and the Nine of Swords. I think whatever's coming your way in May could bring stress to your mind. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or have a Sagittarius energy cross your path. I do think this is going to take patience. I do think you're going to feel some stress, and you're going to want to stay committed to clearing out that stress. With me picking up the energy of this feeling like Saturn here for you, that energy being that of like that personal trainer, that drill sergeant that is kind of on you about something, I think it's going to be important for you to stay attentive to it. Yes, you can be patient. You can be patient with yourself, but I think at the same time, you're going to feel stressed by having to feel patient, because some of you really want to get moving on something. You really want to clear this out. The universe, however, has some timing worked out here. So try not to get up in your head about the timing of this, or exactly when in May this is going to happen, or when you'll feel the shift. Let it be organic. Let it be organic for you. Let the universe take some of this. Don't take it all on your shell. Even though you have a very strong shell, don't take it all on you. In your place of embodied empowerment, where you had the Seven of Wands and it was about boundaries, you get the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. Now, that Hermit comes in and it clarifies for us that yes, you are in a more private process with this, and that is okay. You are definitely holding on to things much closer with this Four of Pentacles. Your plans, your pain, what you're going through is being kept very close to the vest, but it's empowering you. Perhaps before, and part of what you're healing is that you put your trust and you put your energy and you put your time into someone that did not deserve it. Therefore, it's okay and actually very wise to come into this Hermit card, take some time for yourself, reconnect with your own energy, reconnect with your own inner wisdom, and stay a little closer inside the shell while you're releasing the rest of this. Because you've got enough stress going on, or potential stress, that we don't want to bring it in from other people. And the types of relationships or connections that we had in the past that didn't fill us up, that didn't make us feel good or help us grow. We're not looking for that any longer. And so you're willing to save your precious energy and have the appropriate boundaries until your inner wisdom indicates to you now it's time to share something. So trust yourself in that. That's what makes you feel most empowered. Let's look at this Page of Wands and your support and allies here. The King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Part of processing the pain for you is going to be that beautiful movement that you see with that Page of Wands. Some of you have an ancestor that card might remind you of. Someone who would say to you, you know, be carefree, be fun. Let's transform through movement. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which is a more stable energy. And this honestly to me feels like you reminding yourself that financially and physically and stability wise, you're okay right now. The things are there that you need. And if they're not, they're just on the other side of processing this pain. Maybe there is an action that some of you will take, or maybe the action is just getting more movement. I did sense the health connection for some of you, moving your body more, the flexibility, getting into those tissues and clearing out the energies. Follow the protocol that would work best for you. but movement is the key here. And I also wouldn't be surprised if some of you have some digestive release happen during the month of May. So whatever you need to do to help your body be in balance. I did get that pH balance at the beginning as well. Maybe these are just things that while you're hermiting and while you're playing your cards a little closer and more privately, you do take the time to nurture these more healthy habits and energies. In your environment where you have the moon, you also got the Hanged Man and the Emperor. Again, Cancer, I do feel with the Emperor we have stability here. For some of you, this would mean that there are masculine energies in place in your environment, whether they be in the form of a person or maybe your own masculine energies, or maybe finances, like the bank account is okay. Something is secure there. Or for those of you who don't feel as secure in that, the potential energies are coming in May to offer you that. So I really feel peppered in here. We have some stability. And what it's allowing you to do here, the moon and the Hanged Man, is really get intuitive and really get thoughtful about what's next for you, what's coming for you. It doesn't really feel to me like May is a planning month, but it feels like it's of great reflection and great importance. Let's look at this Nine of Wands and your hopes and fears. This is your cautious Cancerian energy. Whew, your reading. I love water signs because they do not stay on the surface with anything. We always dive deep with our water signs, that's for sure. Okay, you got, guess what? Oh, I'm sweating. Whew. So for that Nine of Wands, your cautious energy, you got the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. I'm gonna let that noise pass. You're much more focused on what fills your cup, what fills your heart. And here again, we do have maybe a little bit of fear that friendships or that same dynamic from the past is going to pop up and be an issue. But we also have to acknowledge that you're in a more creative, inviting energy than maybe you were when you were younger, or when you were working out some of these issues with other people. You're hoping for the fulfilling friendships that will last a lifetime, honestly, the rest of your life. You want solid people in your inner circle the rest of your life. That's what you're hoping for. Okay, and they're getting ready to get noisy out there, so good timing here. Let's look at this Five of Cups here in the potential outcome. You get the Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. We've got some good page energy. This is fresh energy. This tells me that you're turning over a new leaf with whatever this is, with your health patterns, with releasing the emotions, or the combination of the two. And the Seven of Cups is a card of opening up choices. More choices are going to be opened up to you, Cancer, for the month of May or by the end of the month. And again, I feel like security is there. It may just be that you're like, yeah, that security is there. I'm getting, my retirement. I'm getting my pension, or I do XYZ Monday through Friday to get the job done and get the paycheck. But some of you are going to be looking at something new to fulfill. Oh my goodness. I'll go with that one. I'm trying to get you a final card, and whoo, the energy said, nope, you want this one. And the reason you're going to see in just a moment. But yeah, choices opening up, and maybe it's a choice to do something differently or to create a living differently. It feels like a good time for you though, because we do have the security and the stability there in your support and environment. And I'm going to put this final card up with another card. You got dancing, self-expression, and movement being so important. And I will say personally, for me, this has come up lately. I've been given this message. Here it is coming up again. If you've got a similar message about momentum, movement, I really think it has to do with your physical body. Okay? I really do. I think it has to do with the physical body and actually moving it. Whether it's a yoga flow, a dance, a Zumba for some of you, taking a dance class, ballroom dancing, salsa, whatever it is, it feels just so freeing. There's a freedom here, and some of you have an ancestor who's connected to this energy and would support you with that. Some of you just need to put the music on and boogie down, all right? Thanks for staying till the end of the reading, Cancer, because I want to tell you all about the great ways to get involved in the creators community. First of all, like the video, comment. I want to hear from you. Maybe invite a friend to subscribe, someone who's like-minded, like-hearted, or as they come into your life, as you're manifesting more of those really close and powerful relationships, send them my way. You can cross-watch for a family member, a friend as well, but check the description below. I have all kinds of good links there. My personal hour-long readings are great. We get on Zoom and we really get into your energies if that's something you're interested in. I'm on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Creators on the Crest. You can find me there. I run specials on Instagram and Facebook sometimes, and you can catch those. They're usually time limited, but I would love to have you take advantage of one of those. They're a lot of fun to do and usually at a really hot price. So be sure to check that out. I'm live every Friday from 10 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time for Frequency Friday. It's a great, chill, casual, collective hangout. If you can join, I would love to see you, but I also put up the replay with timestamps for those of you who work during that time. Every other Sunday night, the next one being on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm doing live Q&A. Drop in the live chat, ask a question, get a free mini reading. Donations, as always, are warmly welcome, but I would just love for you to come and explore that community. It is so fun, so supportive, and it's a really great power hour and a really great way to kind of jolt into your next week, your upcoming week, by getting maybe some answer or clarification that you need, all right? And that's every other Sunday. I may try to come up with impromptu lives here and again on the channel that you might tune into, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you receive that. Cancer, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining your reading today, and I can't wait to see you next time.